So, the first chapter of True Friendship is kind of an introduction between virtue and happiness, both whether how it pertains with each other and also with our relationship with God. Upon reading it, a couple of statements really stood out for me at first. And the first one is that we can't have true happiness if we're not virtuous. And the second is that true friendship and virtue are inseparable, meaning you can't have one without the other. This book does a good job. It kind of uses Greek wisdom to explain certain things in the book, and it explains virtue as excellence. And it makes it very clear about virtue is not all about knowing what is important, but rather living the truth that we know to be important. And it further goes and says that virtue is a habit, and that it is like it takes practice just as playing piano or studying books or riding a bike, and that sometimes it's not easy. It's a habitual process. And St. Augustine is a great role model for us in this book that it says, for when he heard God's call, he realized two things were necessary. The first was unceasing prayer, and the second was an unceasing effort to change his habits. And he's a great example on how to achieve virtue in our lives. Building off this entire chapter, it kind of brings our focus towards the end to God, and states that our human friendship is a natural preparation for entering into friendship with God. And lastly, bringing this all together, God intends friendship with all of us, and it's clearly shown in John chapter 15, verse 12 through 15. And Jesus says, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing, but I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father I have made known to you."